That could have been then. Oh, now I know what it was. It was Hood 37.
Okay.
And Graves built it, the mold, and then gave it here to Ted Hood. Yeah, he got the 39 as a new boat.
So the mold was built.
No, the mold must have been built in Bristol.
Oh, okay.
And
So the 39 was the first Bristol model you worked on?
well, Ted Hood was involved with Bristol, and it was a Bristol 40, and then the Bristol 39, and then came the Bristol 32. And those are the Hood boats that I know of. And then I came in, and then at the Hood I started doing everything. Before Bristol, whatever was appropriate.
So one of the emails that I sent to you had an Excel sheet attached to it.
Yeah.
Which I put together. This is my paper copy.
I need my glasses too.
I broke mine out. Okay.
Hi, Grandpa.
Hi, Johnny. You're being a good boy. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Eric.
Hi, Johnny.
Hi.
Hi, do you know where you are?
Huh?
Hi, your
Oh, your wife's talking to your grandson. He's a chatter.
What's your name?
You know we are in Marblehead?
Are you gonna come to a restaurant with us? Are you?
Am I what?
You wanted to know if you're coming to lunch with us.
Yes, I am coming to lunch with you.
And Mr. Empatcher too?
That's Mrs. Empatcher. That's Mr. Empatcher's wife.
We've been married 50 years.
That's quite an accomplishment.
That's an accomplishment,
Yeah.
right?
I'm gonna tell you something.
Okay, tell us that.
Have you seen my school before?
That's a question, Johnny. That's not telling somebody something.
Oh.
I also would say in a little while when she takes off for a walk, we go upstairs.
Okay.
And I can
Tina's
pull out
office.
stuff.
All right, great.
It used to be in Salem,
The office used to be.
yeah, and then he gave that up and moved it upstairs. And I was a professor at Salem State, and he took my office because it was big and
This
had
year
room
in the
for
house.
Okay.
and put me out.
And what do you teach?
And I taught education.
Adult or teaching teachers?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I taught teachers to teach reading
Yep.
for years.
Can I get through, please?
So I sent you a copy of this electronically. This is my paper copy.
Yeah.
So I had put you down. Let's see, there's some Ted Hood. There was a question I think you already answered about the. Please don't do the volume on that, Johnny. About the 32. I guess it's a
That
Ted
was a
Hood
very
design.
old boat, yes.
Yep.
Through Ted Hood.
That's what I have. 32. I have the 32.
Oh,
68,
yeah.
32.
And
You have a 32?
I do. I've sailed the last 40 years on the Narragansett Bay.
and you did the 33.3.
Yes.
That was you, not under Ted Hood, but
No, but that was almost very old, last boat. No, actually it could have been somewhere in between.
you worked on the
But
30.
that was on my own.
Yeah.
Yes.
Clinton said that when you left Ted and you started your own company, for a while he had you working.
I drove once a week to Bristol.
Yep.
For years.
And you worked in house.
I worked
there.
in the house and I drove to Bristol.
So the 33.3 was your model.
Right.
You also worked on the 35.5 when you were still working for Ted.
Right.
Um,
And
the
I
30,
liked that boat very much.
that's what you owned.
And then I bought the first boat. No, actually it was model
13th.
number 9. No, it was 13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it was an unlucky number.
Nobody was going
13.
to buy
So,
it.
so
but it
I
was a
bought
lucky
hull
number
number
for us.
13. And then shipped it here to Hood and put it in the shed, and I worked on it for half a year to finish it.
So you did the rigging, or did you do
No,
some
the
custom?
whole interior and
Okay.
the whole thing.
So you did the interior yourself. You bought a hull.
I bought the hull, deck, and centerboard, and everything that was
And
fiberglass.
we were really playing tennis at a place in Marblehead, and the boat went by, and he just shrieked, "There's my boat!"
Yeah, we've been in contact with the gentleman that bought your boat, and I believe he's going to be at the event.
Oh, good.
He was very
Who's that?
excited. He was
It's a
bragging.
wonderful boat.
He was bragging. I have Dieter Empatcher's boat.
Who is that?
I don't remember the
I don't
guy's
have the
name.
list with me.
So then, I guess you had left Ted Hood by the time they worked on the 38.8, or did you work on that one at all?
I don't know. I could have gone back because Ted Hood asked me to come back, and I worked once a week for Ted Hood,
Okay.
which is sort of a funny situation.
Because you're your own business.
First I'd leave, and then I left 2 people with him, Ted Fontaine and Cameron Brown. But Ted Fontaine is now running the other office, the Hood office.
Okay. And then basically all the second generations, the 41.1, the 43.3, 45.5, 47.7,
Right.
were all Ted
And
Hood
then I
boats that you,
went even up in the bigger one, in the 50s.
I got you down for the 45.5 center cockpit. Then I've got you for the 54.4, the 56.6,
Yeah,
the 51.1.
yeah.
That was you, not you working for Ted Hood.
Right. No, that
Yep. And then there was something called the 27-2, 27-2. Second generation 27 model. It came along in like 1987, as opposed to the Bristol 27 from 1966, which was a Carl Ahlberg design.
Right. I
Carl.
don't think I was working on that.
No? Okay. Yeah, it had, I don't think any boats were ever made. Then there was a Bristol 51
Yeah,
that was similar to a 51.1.
that could be, but it's the point 1 is the same boat. The transom might have had it just a little bit more.
There was a 56.6 that came up for sale in Mystic
Yeah,
and on Yacht World, and there was a discussion because the model number had 54.4 in it.
yeah.
So there was a discussion whether it was a 54.4 or a 56.6 until somebody pointed out the only
The
difference
transom
was
extended.
the transom was kicked out.
Right.
So it had the reverse versus the more
Right.
traditional.
No, we played around a lot.
Yep.
And that's why it was so interesting to go to Bristol once a week. And I hung around in the boatyard, was with the boats when they were being built, and went into the room and talked with Clint and who was the other guy?
His business manager.
It was Sandy Towns? I don't know. Okay.
when we sat, Clinton likes to talk. He tells some good stories.
Good.
I can't always catch everything that he's saying, but.
I'm hungry.
Oh, John, hold on. Yeah, I can't remember. There was one guy, I guess, was his business manager that he talked about a lot, and was really his right-hand man. One guy, he built the boats and somebody else ran the business. So, yeah, Clinton was telling us they were pulling them out while they were still green. They'd sit in the molds less than a day, and
Yep.
you'd be pulling them out and sometimes getting 3 models out of the same molds in the same day.
Okay. I think we should go up because you mind if we. This here is that's a different. And this here is the Bristol 53.3.
So was it out of the 51 mold and
And
then
then
different
added
trans?
on, yeah.
We're not all the way up yet.
Nope.
This was 53.
That's the 53?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Now here. Who
The
wants to
office.
sit where? Do you want the high chair or the tallest chair?
Where do you want to sit, Johnny? You want to sit on the rug, down on the floor, play with the bus?
Or you want to sit down here?
Make up your mind, buddy. Make a choice. Here, you're sitting here. Okay. Yes, you didn't make up your mind, so Grandpa did.
This here is picked up by boat of the Boston Yacht Club. That's what we could have seen, but there are no boats in the harbor right now. And this was my 35-footer. And this is a different because that came from GMT, that is the 70-footer. And there was something.
Now, did you have a preference for centerboard boats versus a full keel personally, or?
It's nice to have a centerboard.
Yep.
Because he has shallow areas. It's not where you go to Maine and you go out and everything's deep.
Yep.
And
Yes.
Here around the Cape and all that. It's so that's why I grew up with Ted Hood's preferring centerboards.
Okay.
I've got the centerboard model.
Right.
Yep. Mine's a centerboard model. And when we asked Clinton the same thing, his answer was whatever sold.
Right.
He had no preference. It's whatever people wanted to buy.
So that's let's see what's.
And I like the centerboard.
The downstairs I have the Bristol boats, but these here were the boats I was just working on.
I'm actually an AutoCAD operator, and I used to do pencil and paper. What a difference in the style of drafting.
You're now a cat?
Yes, AutoCAD, yes.
Yep, I never made it into that.
But the art that it took to create hand drawings like this, we get away with murder these days. Copy and paste, copy and paste. No smudging, no smudging of the drawings.
This is what it takes to get one boat going.
That's all the same model boat?
That's the same boat, right?
Wow. And you do all that by hand?
And there was one thing. I went through this here and people were intrigued. Oh, yeah, I was intrigued that I had all this. This here is the yacht buying guide with all the drawings, cruising keel modification, and there is, if you have a deep keel, you cut it off,
Oh, and then you
For the
put
centerboard.
on
put the weight on the
no, not centerboard. It's you just put wings on the bottom of the keel.
A wing keel. Gotcha.
That is that's what a shield keel was
Oh,
this year.
shield keel. I've never heard of that one.
Shield?
I've never heard of it before.
That's a naval architect.
Oh, I trust you. I just never had one
Right.
or seen one.
So the centerboard models, did they have a one mold with a keel, was a full keel, and then they cut the bottom off to insert the trunk in the centerboard?
No, the centerboard keel, it has a different shape.
So centerboard models had their own molds.
Right, because it's where is it? What is it?
Actually, these are copies.
Oh, here's the Bristol 45.
Yeah, here's on the 39. This is the centerboard drawing, and the other one I have is the full keel.
Right, now it's you see
Box keel sloop.
how much longer the keel is, and it goes back to the rudder.
Yep.
And here you have a well, actually it's
Matt.
not.
This says Blue Moon on it.
Nah, that's the name of my boat.
Oh,
It's not. That's not mine though. That's nice.
what was I looking for?
So that the 45 that you showed there that said Blue, was that built for a customer in particular? Is that why it had a name on it?
It could have been, yeah.
Oh, I think I see what you're saying. So this is the centerboard version,
Yeah.
and I guess that's I don't know, the 10-foot mark right there. Actually, if it lines up with the 10-foot mark on here, the rudder's actually further back on the center, so the keel's longer on the centerboard model
It definitely. Yes.
than on the full keel.
Right.
There's
no,
the
that's-
10. There's the 10 on the full keel. There's the 10 on the centerboard model.
Right.
Those are the same locations on the
And
reference to the model,
you only need it because this here's a lid.
as opposed to on the centerboard model, you filled it in on the side of the trunk.
Right. It goes all the way back to here.
Okay. So the keel's longer.
And what's this here? Okay, this here's a centerboard again. There's so much going around. I hate all this. But here you can see someone experimented, and that was me. You know, making a keel out of the center bell.
So when you did a design, you kind of maintained the capability of being able to produce it as a centerboard version versus a full keel version.
Well, that's
Or you were looking at whether that design was, which way you wanted it to go.
Well, they would tell me.
Okay.
The builder or the owner or whatever is going on, they would tell me what they want.
And you did do the 38.8 because there it is.
Yeah, here it is 82.
Okay.
And there again is the centerboard model. Probably 38. Bristol 45.
And that's a 45.5 center
Alright.
cockpit.
Yes,
Okay. And there was a 45.5 aft cockpit too, right?
yes, yes. There it is. No, that's a 34.
Box centerboard.
That's actually the 34 point something, isn't it? 35.
Remember Sean was posting, was it Sean was posting he had a 34.1?
It was a 34.7, which
34.7.
which is actually the 35
The
measures
35,
34.7, right?
This year's 3411. You know, that's
So did that end up becoming a Bristol model?
yeah. Yeah, it's if it's
Because it's Little Harbor Yacht.
This is the Bristol drawer.
oh, that's back from then. Tom the Prey. That's August 77. So that's out of Little Harbor.
Okay.
They're drawing, and that's why it's only a copy.
35. Where's your favorite?
Yep. That's it. 34. 47. 7. Oh, that's there it is. That's the difference between the 45.5 and the 47.
43. Okay.
47.7. That's that.
And what's the difference
Two-
between the two?
Well, the transom is flared aft, and there are two hatches in the lazarette. And here it's again. No, that's a 45.5. It, you know, it's I have to look at the title down there to know what.
Well, you've
I
done so
was
many
talking
designs.
about.
You've done so many things.
Yeah. Okay, here's something you can see.
Oh,
That's it, 45.5, and that's the 45.5 and the bigger one. What's the Little Harbor design number? You see, that's still the Little Harbor design.
it's really cool seeing these in pencil.
Well, huh?
It's cool seeing these in pencil.
They've held up well.
And
Right.
you always see copies in pen, in either in the blue ink or in the black ink.
Well, these are black lines. This is not a pencil. Is it?
not
Yeah,
a
it
pencil.
is.
Is that a pencil?
Oh yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's really held up well.
What I'm going to do in next half year, give all my drawings to Mystic Seaport.
Okay, they've
That's
got a
a
lot of
good
stuff
place.
already.
Huh?
That's a good place for them.
Yeah.
That's right down the road from me.
Good. Here's the 41.1, and this is crossed out because it's a Little Harbor design. 35, right? $41.1 and 388.
Look at those detailed drawings. Those are cool.
You see with well, this here on the drawing was changed, and it's all laid out so when they build it, there's no problem.
So how much detail does the builder get to decide on? Does he get to decide how thick the layups are, how thick the coring is, what type of coring, or do you design that into?
I don't do much in construction.
Okay, so you're basically giving him some outside dimensions in the floor plan.
Right.
And then he figures out, okay, this is, this is the outside because this is the mold.
Right.
And then he figures out this is going to be this thick in the mold.
The builder has out of experience his own dimensions.
Yeah.
And they usually overbuild it because they want to be safe. And the only time it's not safe when they build a racing boat, one-off racing boat. You know that.
And there's something to be said for the heavy construction of these boats. Why they've lasted so long.
This here is a Bristol 45.5, and that's the way the plumbing diagram looks.
Okay, so you figure out the position of the tanks and
Yes.
capacity of the tanks and all that.
Yep.
Okay.
Now I've got a water tank under both of my
I love that boat.
Yeah.
my
I really love the
sleeping berths. Are those ballast tanks, I assume? I carry about 200 gallons of water. I've got tanks on the starboard and port
Oh,
sides of a centerboard model. I'm assuming that was ballast, considered ballast as well.
well, this here, I don't know, there's no numbers in. So it must not be an original. Okay, this here is more to a finished drawing, you know, where you get the capacity. There. Bow tank is 100 gallons. You know, that's the boats are so heavy that if I put that tank in there, I tell them the bow might come down this much, so you can push something else out. That's all I'm telling them.
Okay.
I tend to balance my boat with junk in the back, junk in the front, level it out.
Yes. And
On my 39 centerboard, I noticed it always had, when the water tank on starboard was full, it always had a starboard list.
right.
So I actually put a rack on the port side underneath the dinette seat.
Yeah.
I built a rack and I had some lead ingots that I had taken out of another boat. And I actually, because the lead ingots that I had from the other boat looked like they were poured into a bread pan and then
Yeah.
split up. And so they fit nice into some angle iron racks.
Right.
And I actually added 300 pounds to the port side to get to the boat sit level or to starboard.
This year I think I just played around. And because I didn't come up with any name or date or whatever.
That must be the redesign from the 39
Is
to
that a tri-hull?
This here?
First the 40, but it's
This here,
dated
but
87.
right. 87. That was the 40. You know, I really didn't pull out the Bristol drawings to have them here. They just happened to be there.
Oh, that's catamaran.
Yeah.
You can see it from this.
The Bristol 40 motor sailor. That's what Clint wanted.
Did he ever build any?
I don't know.
That was late. That was 95.
Right.
He was struggling by that time already.
No, that was probably just ideas, and then the drops.
Right.
31-1?
31.1.
Yeah.
I don't remember there being a 31-1.
Yep.
Really?
It's almost like the 35. Bristol
41.
and this here is the 38.
The 38.8.
Yep. Yes, it's
Yep.
yep. It has 3 windows up there. 35 only has 2.
Yeah, you, when you drew the 39,
That was
you only drew it with 2 windows.
it.
But Clint made it with 3.
Right.
That, and he ended up going with more squarish windows.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
And then here you go into the
The 38.8 got the
Right.
angle.
38.
So did you
This-
always know, even as a kid, this is what you wanted to do?
That's the way it comes together.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do.
You just,
Right.
life chose you. You didn't choose it. It
Right.
just, you did what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you were good at it, so you could support yourself.
Well, you went to a college for boat design.
I went in Hamburg, Germany to engineering school for naval architecture, but just to learn the arithmetic and shape. And shape I really didn't get much because that's a picture in Hamburg. And that's what's in the harbor. It used to be.
But when you were young, your dad was building racing shells already.
No,
No, he was, okay.
no, he didn't like those.
No.
Just to.
Now, did you build half models too, just to get a feel for it visually, 3-dimensional, or did you go completely off of drawings?
hard models I only build for fun of it.
Okay,
And nothing to
not part of the design process.
part of the design, no.
So you could look at the two-dimensional drawings and in your mind you saw a three-dimensional hull?
Yes,
So-
because what you start doing is, isn't it?
So, did wooden models predate plans, paper plans? Did wooden models predate paper plans?
Wooden model?
When they did the half shells? I mean, it sounds like you guys weren't into doing that. You didn't need to at this point in time. That everything was done on paper and worked out on paper for the most part.
Right, but
And I have some video of Halsey actually taking measurements off of a half hull to reproduce it.
there's a Bristol 43.3. 41.1. Bristol 41.1. Shamrock Bristol. Okay, this here is interesting to Josh. You know Josh?
No.
At Bristol? His son?
Oh, he mentioned his son, but he didn't mention him by name.
Oh,
At least I don't remember him.
okay.
So that's cutting 9.5 inches off of the keel.
And 6.5 there, and push the engine up here, and the water line up.
So this was for some reason they wanted to.
They wanted a shallower draft boat.
So they asked you, what would we have to do to this to?
Oh, right.
Okay.
What's
6 inches.
But you know, this was really not designing. This was just
Tweaking.
measuring around
Yep.
and taking out, and how the hell would I know how much lead I'm taking out here
Right.
and put up there? But when I see the section, I can do it, and then I have this length.
Yep. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yep.
This is not my drawing. You know, it's I see that right away. For how it's okay. This who was it? He was here only for one time. I never have the patience or would do anything like this. No, that is half the drawing. Effort. There's a catch.
You know you're never going to get this drawer closed.
That's a 35. Yeah.
35.5.
Yeah. Okay. Right. If you
Doing the curves.
Oh.
See.
So that's how you get so
That's
you
the way.
actually come up with the shape before you put it on paper.
Yes.
You sit and play with that, come up with a pleasing design, and once you can manipulate
Nice.
this, and then you can trace it.
Very
Now I
nice,
need
very
the
nice.
Pencil, which is
Pencil.
somewhere underneath.
It's over here.
There it is. Nope, that's the pen.
Mechanical pencil?
Yeah, I don't like those. But
Too modern for you? Okay, Mr. Empatcher is doing a design
if
for
you
us.
want to be accurate, you have to put them closer.
Okay.
Okay. They look like little whales.
Yep.
That is.
Neat.
And this is soft or flexible enough you can make compound curves in it, and
But that's plastic. That's high technology.
right.
There's everything. For the little.
So you're a handyman and carpentry as well, I understand, if you finished off the inside of your boat.
Oh, right. That's.
Hold on, Johnny.
Oh, here's a duct tape regatta. That's what I did. Designed a boat and cardboard paper, and then we duct taped, and that was for a Rotary Club.
So the Rotary Club decided they were going to enter this, and they thought, we have the man to build our boat.
This is this was Empatcher design for the YMCA inland boat. That's aluminum. You know, once you design one boat, you can design all of them.
Even going from a sailboat to a motor.
Doing something like this,
Yeah.
sure. Here it is. That's a 55 footer. Yep. This here was Charisma, Empire 55, and that was in Booth Bay Harbor at the New York Yacht Club Rendezvous. And here is from the Marblehead Reporter. When they at the Charles River, when they go rowing, that's it. There's a Canada 66 that was built in Canada. This is